Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about some updates and comments on the F1 driver market. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description. But let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Carlos Sainz, who says he doesn't understand why he did not get an opportunity to join Red Bull and prove himself against Max Verstappen for the 2025 season after being dropped by Ferrari. Now, as we know, Sainz started his F1 career through the Red Bull Junior program and in 2015 made his debut in Formula 1 by joining the Red Bull Junior team Toro Rosso, and he was partnered alongside Verstappen, who was also making his debut season. And there was a rivalry between the two as they fought for the chance to prove themselves to Red Bull and the F1 paddock, and there were some moments as well. I mean, take the 2015 Singapore Grand Prix for example. The pair were running 8th and 9th in the closing laps of the race, but Verstappen was asked to let Sainz pass, but Verstappen refused. Now, as we know, Sainz ended up going his own way and driving for other teams during his career like Renault, McLaren and Ferrari, and there were no issues between Sainz and Verstappen. But their rivalry came to light once again last year when Sainz was looking for a drive after being dropped by Ferrari to make way for Lewis Hamilton. And if you remember, there was speculation that he could join Red Bull at the start of the 2024 season, with Sainz having a really good start to the year and even going on to win the Australian Grand Prix. But motorsport.com say that the differing opinions of Sainz and Verstappen were viewed by some as a reason that the Spaniard didn't make a move back to Red Bull for 2025. But Sainz believes the pair had a healthy rivalry, adding that his relationship with Verstappen has improved since. Sainz told the High Performance podcast, "The only thing I can say is I genuinely get on well with Max. This is what people don't see from the outside. Like, we had a rivalry on our first year in Formula 1 in Toro Rosso, but it was a relatively healthy rivalry in terms of him and me, the way we used to go about racing, and now we get on really well. So if that's the reason, I don't understand why they wouldn't want me next to Max, because I think we would actually be a very strong pairing in Formula 1. Now, I think it would have been very interesting to see Sainz go up against Verstappen at Red Bull this season. As we know, Red Bull don't have the best car, and we've seen Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda really struggle with the car. Do I think Sainz would have been able to get the better of Verstappen? No. I don't think Sainz would have been able to put in some of the spectacular performances that Verstappen has been able to this season, but I do think he would have performed better than Tsunoda and Lawson. I mean, he's far more experienced than both drivers, and on top of that, he's had experience at a top team and has won multiple Grand Prix. And if we remember, in 2023, the year where Red Bull were just unbeatable, Sainz was the only driver to stop Red Bull winning a race that year. And if Sainz did join Red Bull in 2025, I think he would have got into the points far more consistently than Lawson did or Tsunoda is currently doing. But ex-F1 driver Juan Pablo Montoya does believe Sainz could still end up at Red Bull, believing Red Bull will turn to Sainz if Verstappen ends up at Mercedes next year. As we know, Verstappen has been heavily linked with a possible switch to Mercedes, and Montoya thinks that if Verstappen joins Mercedes, Red Bull will turn to Sainz as his replacement. And Montoya also suggested that Mercedes driver Kimi Antonelli, who is in his rookie season, would be loaned to Williams, with George Russell therefore remaining at Mercedes. Montoya said on the Montoya AS podcast, as quoted by Crash.net, "Look, if Max leaves and they don't get rid of George, Red Bull will probably sign Sainz, and then they'll put Kimi in Williams. This will give Antonelli time to develop like they did with George." Now, personally, I can't see this happening. You know, I think Sainz is very committed to Williams, and we know how much Williams team boss James Vowles wants Sainz in his car, how much he likes having Sainz in his car, and I think there's no way Vowles would be happy with such a move. So yeah, I can't see that one happening, and we're still yet to hear what's going to happen with Verstappen's future, but it looks like he could potentially end up staying at Red Bull. In an article ahead of the Belgian Grand Prix this weekend, BBC Sport F1 correspondent Andrew Benson said, "If Verstappen is to leave Red Bull, it's most likely to be Mercedes. Whether he will remains an open question for now. My sense from little bits of information from here and there is that at this stage Verstappen is more likely to stay at Red Bull than not, but of course that could change." But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.